So it has been 21 days on the AIP diet. Today's Sunday, and one, I'm so beyond proud of myself for being able to stick to it so diligently. And two, I think that I set myself up for success in terms of how let me start from the very, very beginning. I found out about this diet like at the very beginning of June, like literally the first or second day of June, which is why I started it on the 3rd of June on a Monday. It just happened to go perfectly. Like I looked at it during the weekend and I was like, I want to do this. Like my endometriosis is so bad and I feel so sick all the time. And I don't want to go to social events. I don't want to eat out. I don't want to leave my house even sometimes. And it was getting pretty bad. So I decided to go on the AIP diet, started June 3rd, and decided to do 3 things. One, I created a meal plan and went in depth on ChatGPT and different websites, and even going on Instagram and social media to search up other people that had done the AIP diet or had any sort of experience trying an elimination diet, because that's what it's called, an elimination diet or an autoimmune protocol diet, AIP. So a lot of people have had a lot of success because you are essentially eliminating everything that could cause inflammation. Processed foods, sugars, like anything that's really bad for your stomach if it's really sensitive. And then you're slowly incorporating foods to see what could possibly be triggering any inflammation or discomfort. I was so beyond excited to start this because I'm in so much pain and discomfort. So I need to express how this is not from an area of, oh, I don't like my body or I don't like the way that I look. It is a feeling of I don't feel secure in myself. I feel sick all the time. The feeling of being sick and being bloated and having to wear oversized t-shirts and sweaters, and summer is coming and I don't want to have to wear big sweaters during the summer. So that's kind of what started this diet decision. And then from there, my second greatest decision with this diet was to do this publicly. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to share something personal with you, which is a health condition that I personally feel is a little personal. It is about my period, right? And my reproductive system. So I felt worried telling you about it because I didn't know if it was going to be positive or negative. A lot of you have been really positive with me and I appreciate you. Thank you. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to share this so that I can have a little support from you and to also keep myself accountable. Because I feel like publicly, we always want to stick to our word. It's harder to stick to our own word sometimes, and I've been pretty good with sticking to my own word. Like if I say I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to wake up early. But every once in a while, I'll slip up. And with this diet, I did not want to slip up. I wanted to make sure that I was 100% rock solid, because the elimination phase, which is the very beginning of this AIP diet, is literally the most gruesome and the most restrictive diet I have ever done, especially taking out sugar. I love sugar. I am a huge chocoholic. And it's really difficult for me to quit chocolate. So doing this publicly means that I want to stay true to you. I want to give you the real view of what's going on. And if you have any problems like I do with endometriosis or even something else like Crohn's disease, IBS, I want to help. I want to make a difference. And this is something that I have to do for me. And why not help the community, help you if this is something you're going through too. So those are the first 2 things. And the third is having an incredible support network and keeping people that are positive and uplifting for this diet in my life. And what I mean by that is it's really hard to be around friends that find this diet restrictive and tell me this isn't good for you. Oh my God, this is like, I can't believe you're doing this. That mindset doesn't help me. Their personal comments of, I can't believe you're not eating chocolate. I can't believe you're you're gonna go how many days without like a burger? And that, I knew that I couldn't have that around me. So I decided to choose people that were going to be extremely supportive. And if I were to say like, oh, I want a cinnamon roll, or oh, I want chocolate, they'll tell me, hey, you have a goal, keep going, you're fine. You don't, drink some water, go to sleep early, do something that's distracting because it's just a craving, you can do this. And it's been hard because there were some people that I felt were going to be really supportive, and they ended up being those individuals that were like, I can't believe you're doing this. And it's like, I don't want you to tell me that. I want you to tell me that I can do this. I want you to be supportive, and maybe even lie to me. If you really don't believe that I can do this, lie to me. No, but honestly, the other thing is with that, those people, those specific people that know that they want to be supportive about my diet, they don't stick it in my face. Like if we go to make plans to do something, it won't be about food. I didn't realize how many of my plans, if not all of my plans with my friends, are always with food. All of them. And I was like, wow, so what do we do? I went to a pottery class with a friend, I went running with a friend. I've been being very active, which I really love. So bonding with my friends in ways that I love, such as physical activity or even meal prepping, like a friend will come over and she'll meal prep with me, it makes the experience even more enjoyable. And it doesn't feel like I'm missing out. In fact, this is the 3rd week and I feel so great. I feel, I don't know, it's just, it's like you've opened a door to paradise. No, wait. It's like you bought a one-way ticket to Fiji. And when you got to Fiji, you were told that you could stay in Fiji. And you could like live there. And yeah, you could, here's the catch. You can't leave Fiji, but you can stay there. And you fell in love with Fiji and you're like, this is paradise, I'm gonna stay in Fiji. That's what I feel this diet has been. I found Fiji. I don't know if I want to go back. I like not having sugar in my diet. I don't have these cycles of like the insulin spike and then I crash. I also don't crave it as much. I start realizing that it's very emotional and that it's also a perpetuating idea. So for instance, the other day I wanted burgers, fries, and a milkshake. And I didn't realize, but every couple hours I would remind myself. And at one point I asked myself, like, why am I telling myself that I want burgers, fries, and a milkshake? Like, yeah, at some point I think I saw something and so I wanted it, like an advertisement while I was walking in the city. But it's been 6 hours and do I still crave that? And I went through the motions of how would it make me feel? And I'm like, disgusting. Like, not physically, or how do you call it? Not like physically, like I'm gonna look disgusting. Emotionally and like physically in my stomach, I will feel disgusting because I'll get bloated, because I have abdominal pain. 2, how long does it last? Eating French fries and the milkshake and the burger will last probably 45 minutes if I really, really, extend the time of chewing and talking to somebody. And so 45 minutes, and I'll have pain and bad reaction for how long? 6 hours minimum, maybe 2 to 3 days. Okay, so definitely not worth it for me. I don't feel like it's a good investment or a good way to spend my next 2 to 3 days in pain and inflamed and wearing baggy t-shirts. And then the other question I ask myself is, how much of it is based on the industry and based on culture? Because we all love those things, but I think a lot of it is the food industry saying that we love those things. I don't see salads being promoted. I don't see healthy food being promoted as much as fast food and food that's really what we call hyper palatable. The food industry makes these foods to be designed so that you literally become addicted. Hyper palatable foods. At the end of the day, I don't think that I really want a burger, French fries, and a milkshake. I think I'm perpetuating the idea, And if I go through the motions of, okay, how will it make me feel? How long will it last? And then, is this something that I want, or is this something that the industry wants me to have? Those 3 questions really help me to stay on track. And lastly, this is the big one, okay, my support network. I talked to you about surrounding myself with people that support me. This also includes when I had that craving, I think it was last night. Yeah, it was last night, for cinnamon rolls. I texted my mom. My mom's like my number 1 person I go to, and she's my best friend. So I texted her, I was like, I really want cinnamon rolls. And she was like, girl, like within 5 minutes, she texted me, she's like, girl, do you really want the cinnamon bun? Like, if you've already ordered it, fine, but you have goals and you can do this. I know you can. You've done this before, you're disciplined, and you want the results. You want to make sure that you're doing this right, so you've got this. And she just wrote a huge paragraph making sure that I felt secure and capable and supported. And that meant the world to me. And I suddenly was like, I don't need cinnamon rolls. I'm good. And it was 1 a.m. So by the way, cravings usually come late at night or when you see something like a trigger. So yeah, it's week 3. I'm really, really excited to keep going. I might extend the elimination phase more than 30 days. So we'll see, and I'll keep you updated.